Well, Dave, I was talking to a few of the guys. I know this offense, you guys are looking to get back on track, looking to see more of the long ball. They felt like playing here, it's a hitter-friendly ballpark. You're going up against an a pitching staff that is heavily taxed. Do you think that this could be the perfect recipe to see just your offense get going again?
I hope so. I like where our guys, their heads are at. There is a, new sense of kind of revitalization. I think walking around the clubhouse today, it's a fun team to play against. It's a pitching staff that certainly has scuffled a little bit. And if we can get into some good counts, take advantage of some hitters' counts. And it is a hitter-friendly ballpark. So, hopefully we just take good at bats and grind and, mix in some slug too.
With it being a bullpen game for the Astros, could that pose any challenge just because you're not seeing, obviously you're seeing so many pitchers in one game?
I think that, they're still going to have the other guy, Weiss, I think it is, go deep and take the bulk. I think it's just one of those things that obviously we got two of the first three guys that are left-handed, so to get Okert in there to take down the first inning, it makes sense. But they've only got 3 or 4 guys that are available out of the pen tonight. So hopefully we can do our job and try to really tax them after tonight. But if you look at that lineup over there, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of hits and their baseball cards pretty dang good. So I know that they're going to get up to play us, so we're going to get their best.
See Shohei hit on the field today, and what does that tell you about how he's feeling at the plate?
I was pleasantly surprised, and I think that he talked to Aaron yesterday and said he'd like to get on the field. And I think it's a good thing. I do. Obviously, he's got his own routine that he's in the cage and he's consistent with that. But obviously not seeing the baseball well, swinging well, so to kind of see the flight of the ball, and a lot of times that's why hitters try to get out on the field. So, most of the times when he does this, it works. So we'll see what happens tonight.
You said last week that it is the big difference when he's doing both is that it's tougher if he's scuffling offensively to get right because of the workload. Like, how have you seen him try to balance both while also trying to get right offensively?
That's completely fair and honest. That's what I just don't know if. I guess people are appreciating is that you're taking 6 or 7 innings, and that's a lot of load on a player. And then, when he's not really in sync with his mechanics offensively, most hitters work extra to kind of get their swing back, but then to be able to be willing to take on that extra workload is difficult at times, to accept that. But I think getting on the field is a good kind of middle.
With the swings you saw from him in the cage, what were you just seeing from what he was doing this afternoon?
I didn't see him on the field. I was inside, so I heard he put on a show, which was not surprising. But the hitting guy said it was very productive.
Confident he's going to be able to navigate the added difficulties of kind of keep maintaining his swing over the course of the year while he's doing the pitching. Is that kind of where some of the the trust in him and kind of knowing what he needs to do comes in to kind of let him do both like that?
Yeah, I do. I do think that we're going to be able to manage it, navigate it. I do feel like we've shown by sitting him a couple times already on days that he pitches that we're trying to manage the workload. But I do. It's doable, and the bottom line is that there's no other alternative. He's going to DH a lot. He's going to pitch a lot. So now, how best we kind of preserve him and keep him strong and healthy is the question.
Are you still thinking of having him hit tomorrow?
Yeah, he's going to hit tomorrow. He will hit tomorrow.
Did you expect going into this year with him full status as a pitcher that you would sacrifice some offensive production?
To be quite honest, no. I really didn't entertain that. I guess what he's done, in the past couple of years, you sort of get used to. Not appreciating what he's taking on this year in 26. But yeah, he's going to figure it out, and Is he going to go 50-50? No. But he's still going to be a very, very productive offensive player. We do know that.
On the flip side, did you expect him to be pitching this well from the get-go?
I didn't. On the flip side, that's right. I didn't. It's one of those things that we expected to kind of, and I've mentioned this, the jumping off point at 5 or 6 innings, whatever it is. We expected that. We expected him to, and hope that he can continue to make starts. But as far as performance, I really didn't try to forecast. But he's just really been phenomenal.
Is the pulling the ball like the way he had? Is that trying to tell you just like the swing, like mechanics of the swing are off, and that it's less about, or like trying to balance that with the approach? Like when you're seeing that,
I think so for me. I always try to stay to the big part of the field. This is a pretty big center field here, but I just think that Shohei, when he's going right center, left center, there's just no one better. So certainly easier said than done.